And advertise this. You guys can come in and check it out. But I'm gonna go live for a few minutes. Ooh, my hair looks like crap. Um, just a quick things. I got some interesting notes. I know you guys probably know that most of you probably saw my lunchtime chat. Um, Not my lunchtime chat. You guys saw my 53, my final 53, right? Well, you know, that that was my gut feeling. The final, yo, what's up, Isaac? My my final 53 was my gut, what I think they were going to do. I disagreed. Agreed. Yeah, there was some good and some bad. What I will say is, just got done listening to For the Love of the Star podcast. I'm going to keep it 100 and let you guys know where I got this information. As you know, it's Bobby Belt and Brian Broaddus. Brian Broaddus is a great source / wealth of knowledge. He was a GM, a Super Bowl winning GM. Uh, he was a GM for us under Bill Parcells. He was with our organization for 14 years, but he actually won a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers. He was with the Philadelphia Eagles. Him and Bobby Belt have a not anytime soon, Hamid, and I will take care of your wrench as soon as we're done here. I just remembered. But let me get this information out, and you guys can comment. Yeah, For the Love of the Star podcast on 105.3, the Fans YouTube channel. You guys got to check it out. You know I gave you my 53. What's up, Logan? Per Michael Gehlken and Todd Archer. Gehlken and Archer, they were supposedly telling the writers, the sports writers, they were basically what they said was Jabril Cox and boss man fat Kelvin Joseph will either be traded by Tuesday or outright released. So obviously I had both of them making my 53. If that is true and Todd Archer and Michael Gehlken are piped in, they know exactly what they're saying. This was whispers, but I don't want to put breaking because it didn't happen, but high alert. Look for Jabril Cox and Boss Man Fat to either be flipped for a 7th round pick or outright released. You're starting to see that. There was a move done today with the Cleveland Browns doing exactly what I said, what I would tell Mark Holmes is you would flip a player to a team rather than outright release them. And the advantage is you give up a 7th round pick, you get the player, you don't have to deal with other teams. So that's the big news. So I would be wrong right there. You have Gallimore. Now I'm just going to go in and out. I was releasing Gallimore, okay? I still am going to stick to my guns that he's going to be released. Brian saying if he had to say, he would, what's up, Eric Wallace? He would say he's on. But a Gallimore has over $1 signing bonus if he makes the roster on opening day. So I ask you people, you know Catboy. Is he going to make it if it's close? I still say he's off. Brian says he's going to make it. He's got Bohanna off as well as I already had Bohanna off. Let me do some... I was right, but I didn't really explain it right. Any of these guys that are out for the year have not been put on IR yet, but they will by the time the cuts come out. I rewatched my video. I made it kind of confusing. Let me clear that up. He has Nahshon Wright, Josh Ball, who's going to be out 8 weeks with a hip, and Jordan Lewis, all being carried on the 53. Then he's got Ball going to injured reserve, where he could be brought back after 6 weeks. Brian's got us keeping Jordan Lewis in hopes that he could be ready to play by week 3. I would not do that. I would put him on the PUP list. You missed the first 4 weeks. That's what I would do. Nahshon Wright is banged up as well. So they all going to be carried and then put on a list. But he has Ball. So if you think about all of those moves, that's kind of rough. What's up, Twiz? He has Farniok off. He has Brooks, the receiver, and he has Isaiah Land both on. He has Malik Davis off, Hunter Lepke off. I had that as well. He also two last things. He has Chuma Edoga on. He was horrible. He's been horrible. And he has Eric Scott cut. I'm going to stick to my guns and say they're not going to cut Eric Scott. They drafted him in the 6th. Used the 5 this year to trade up. Unless they think they can get him to the practice squad, that's an awful big gamble. But not to confuse everybody, but that's what they are saying. So if you know what I said and you put 2 and 2 together, it looks like Bossman Fat and Jabril Cox will not be on the team, per Gelkin and Todd Archer. So, very, very interesting stuff. Derek Barnett asked for a trade. Yeah, man, he's been pretty much a bust, right? That was bad Howie drafting. You have good Howie draft and bad Howie draft. That was a horrible first-round pick. But, yeah. So, that's the news I wanted to get out. What's everybody doing? I got a little bit of time here. I don't have a lot. I'll tell you one thing. Mondays are horrible in the post office anymore. Barnett season. Victor, like I said on my last video, Brian Broaddus has him off and hopes to bring him back. There's just not enough spots. When you guys look at the names, Eagles are going to be letting go good people. Yeah, the better you are, the more good players are going to be letting go. Yeah, landed Jabril Cox. I thought he would be a supplement for Overshown. They're going to use a Twiz's guy, Marquise Bell, out of Vineland, New Jersey. Dallas drafted him last year late. And they're going to use him kind of like how they use Jaron Kearse and how they use Jaron and Donovan Wilson. And, you know, they use them like linebackers. Logan, I've been working all day. I only saw Mark Holmes' video. You know, I told you I can't stand Skip Shameless. But, yeah, he's your guy, Twist. I can't stand Skip Shameless, and it kills me to see those guys on there. But the show was good from what I could tell, watching Mark's video. Well, our linebackers would be, not counting Micah Parsons, Van Der Esch. I don't have the list in front of me. Van Der Esch, you'd have. We're going to keep a lot of safeties, obviously. I got to think about that. I'm having a brain cloud. Eagles want that safety from you guys. Yeah, I know. Eagles, I would say maybe Jabril Cox. Maybe he needs a new, new scenery. You know? Maybe he needs some new scenery. Let me see if I can find my info. But I was surprised that he had us keeping Isaiah Land. Really was. Skip gives the Eagles fans ammunition. Yeah, he does. I can't stand him because that's all he is a troll. At least other guys offer, at least guys like Dan Orlovsky actually analyze the game. I may not agree with everything. At least he analyzes the game. You know, he's just not a troll. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, obviously, we got Damone Clark as a linebacker. We got, Leighton Vander Esch. We got number 50. I can't think of his name right now. We have all those safeties that are going to play linebacker. So he has Isaiah Land on. So he's going to be a linebacker. But I can't see them cutting Eric Scott. I just don't. Much respect to you, Game Time, my father and grandfather were mailman. Yeah, it's today's not so bad, but just the amount of mail I had. When you walk in, you see all this mail piled on the floor. You got to case it all up. You know, I didn't get out on the street till 10:30, so you figure I have a over 6-hour route, not counting lunches. And if I'm getting out at 10:30. Now, Josh Ball did not get cut. He got hurt in the game, Victor. He's been playing very well once they moved him from tackle to guard. So, but he's out. He's hurt. No surgeries needed, but he will need 8 weeks of recovery time. So they are going to have to allow him to make the 53. Then they have to move him to IR for 8 weeks. So, you know, just think of it that way. Excuse me. Just think of it that way. So, but now Josh Ball will be on the team. Especially if we're getting rid of Farniok. I was surprised. I was surprised that we're getting rid of Farniok. So, yeah. So, thank God the preseason is over. Now, well, we'll know tomorrow, Victor, but he has them keeping 3 just like me. Malik Davis is not on the team, mainly because he can't pass protect. If you watched the game the other night, they had, or not the other night, last week, they had Rico come in, not the last game, but the second to the last game. Rico came in on passing downs because Malik cannot pass protect. Yeah, Darlene, I expect that to happen as well. I really do. I think we're going to... I mean, I think somebody should trade for Jabril, like a 7th rounder. But if not, he's going to be released. Bossman Fat, I doubt anybody's going to give you anything for. You know, we got too many good players. That's a good thing, unfortunately. But we got too many good players. We can't afford to you keep people that can't play. You know what I mean? That may play special teams. I was on record as saying I thought C.J. Goodwin would be released, and then brought back. But I'm still sticking with my 53. But obviously, I don't know all the ins and outs of what they're talking about. This is from 2,000 miles away. I'm doing the best I can. Who would have thought that a Jabril and Bossman Fat would both be traded / cut? I didn't think. You need to find line help because we coming. Yeah, I know. Pause. I know exactly. It's not our starters, though, Twiz. You lose Lane Johnson, you're up shit's creek too, like you were last year. Remember, Twiz? You lost Lane Johnson. You couldn't win. You couldn't stop shit. So everybody's one player away, right? You could stand to lose Kelsey over Lane Johnson. If Lane Johnson gets hurt for any length of time, good luck. MetLife, Victor, probably 2 hours. 2 hours. We have the hybrid back up. Serviceable O-line, man. Yeah. Serviceable. We got serviceable ones, but when you got a guy like Hassan Reddick coming off the edge, you need more than serviceable. You need your starters out there. Just like serviceable isn't going to stop Micah, you know. Yeah, track. Jack Driscoll's okay. Not hard. He's not horrible. He's average. He's a good backup. We have Jack Driscoll's. Deuce Vaughn won't be expected to block, but I actually saw him put his nose in there, and he didn't do half bad. Excuse me. Yawning. I still got a couple hours left. I'll be working till right up. What's up, Lady Libra? How are you? I just did a quick live. I didn't know if I was going to have time, but I wasn't going to skip my lunch today. I'm at least going to take 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then get back to work. It is what it is. But we'll know tomorrow. Tomorrow, actually, it's 3:59 right now. So all the cuts have to be in tomorrow by right now, basically. So we'll know. We'll know whether Michael Galkin and Todd Archer are correct, and Jabril and Bossman are either traded or released. And teams like the Eagles, who need linebackers, should really look at Jabril Cox. He's pedigree. It can't hurt to take a look-see. Maybe he'll do better in a different atmosphere, But we shall see. We shall see. Oh, man. What else we got here real quick? Real quick. Well, Victor, you live in EHT, right? I got friends in EHT. I used to coach football. We used to have games back behind over there off of, can't think of the road. Yeah. I'm talking about the complex on that back street. Not that comes off of English Creek Road there. You take English Creek and then you bang a left on that road that the golf course is on. When will Lance be the starter? Don't start your shit. Yeah. You're like Stephen A. Lance needs to just sit back. Yeah. Exactly. I can't think of the name of the road though, Victor, but that's alright. Can't believe you gave up a fourth for a practice squad player. Well, think about this, Twiz. He's going to be a third string. He's not practice, number one. Number two, you draft quarterbacks in the fourth round. Shit, there was a kicker drafted in the fourth round this year. Backup quarterbacks. You got your backup quarterback in round two, Jalen Hurts. Remember, he ended up being the starter, but at the time you drafted him as a backup. Remember Philly 500 having a meltdown? Dallas was looking at him in like round 3 or 4. They weren't going to draft Jalen Hurts round 2 as Dak's backup. As it turned out, Jalen Hurts is a good player. Why are we trying to shut down Hurts? He's a hell of a quarterback. I'm just making that. They even said they had their eye on Hurts, but not in round 2. It was great. It was a great move by the Eagles. It worked out for you. Everybody had, the Niners gave up 3 number ones and a 3 for Trey Lance. You know where Dallas had him evaluated? As a second round evaluation. Everybody's saying Jerry Jones went rogue. Jerry Jones didn't go rogue. They went to Will McClay. He ain't Jalen Hurts. He's got actually more tools than Jalen Hurts, but stronger arm, bigger guy, faster. Well, I don't know about faster. I digress. But Jalen Hurts has already done it. Trey Lance has demonstrated he can't do it yet. So he has a long way to go. I lost my train of thought. So, yeah. But yeah, so we shall see. But oh, that's what I was saying. That Dak Prescott. It was Will McClay. You know, Niners called, and it wasn't what Jerry said either. They did some calling around, but they had a short window, maybe a half hour, to get the deal done. Brian Broaddus mentioned the story, and Twiz, you'll remember this. Brian Broaddus was uh, in Philly in the front office, and he got a call from Bill Parcells, and Bill Parcells said, "Are you guys interested in Hugh Douglas?" And they were him-hawing around. And, well, yeah, look, yada. Parcells says, "I want a second-round pick. I'm going to dinner. I'm going to dinner in a half hour. If I don't hear from you within a half hour, the deal is off." So they didn't even talk to Jeffrey Lurie. They made the deal, and what's up, Tunchilli? They made the deal, and the rest is history. Hugh Douglas went on to be a great player by Brian Broaddus. Ex-Cowboy guy, he's in the Cowboy media now. Also, Brian Broaddus, Twiz, is the guy one of the only guys who believed in Jeremiah Trotter and that his knee could be rehabilitated. If you remember Jay Trott, he had a bad knee coming out of college. And Jeffrey Lurie basically told him, "This is basically your job. You're going to take a guy with a bad knee." And it worked out pretty good, I would say, Twiz. Brian Broaddus knows shit. So if you're going to listen to a guy in the media, listen to Brian Broaddus. What's up, Mr. Cowboy? Just telling everybody, looks like we're cutting Jabril Cox. Looks like we're cutting Jabril and Boss Man. That's the rumor. If we can't trade him by Tuesday. Should be interesting, right? I'm excited because it's like, it's like me last night. I got my fantasy team, That's my team for the year. So we're getting ready to see the Eagles, the Cowboys, all 32 NFL teams. We're getting ready to see who's going to be our team this year. So it's not the same team as last year. Totally different. Games haven't started yet. It's going to be very interesting, man. 2 weeks from right now, I will be up. 2 weeks from right now, I'll be home. Actually, the first game is going to be over. Today's Monday. Believe it or not, week 1 will be in the books other than the Monday night games. Really? Yeah, I didn't know you guys were letting anybody go. If you're letting people go that early, then they ain't very good. I would wait till the last friggin' second. But I thought that was very interesting when I saw it. I just wanted to correct myself, anybody that watched my video, but I still don't believe in some of the people getting cut. Okay. Eagles have cut at 20 already. Yeah. Well, 20 is fairly easy to cut, right? It's those last 15. Dallas is a 3.5-point favorite. Yeah, Victor, that's what I was saying. I kind of think it's a field goal game. That's why I ended up getting a room down there. I'm like, geez, I'm not going to go home till, if I stayed till the end of the game and they did a post game for a half hour, 12, I wouldn't get home till 3:30. Watch Koch sign with the Eagles. And he hasn't been released, but that's per Michael Gehlken and Todd Archer. They're pretty piped in. They're going to try and trade him first, Mr. Cowboy. We shall see if that happens. I said Giants then. I'm going to revisit the whole NFC schedule before week 1. That's it. That. Right? I have Eagles and Dallas with 11. So I'm going to revisit that. That was pre-training camp, pre-seeing these draft picks on the field. It's a fluid situation. That's it. That's it. So I got 5 more minutes and I got to roll. He was done anything this has Washington done anything this everybody's sniffing Washington about they're going to be that great. Don't buy it. They may play good at times, but they're going to win 8 games tops. I don't know. Probably not, Victor. I'm tired. Probably not. I mean, I'm sure he'll send me a link, but maybe not. His Monday shows he won't, because he'll have Rashid behind him talking shit. I couldn't deal with that in my house, Victor. I got Eagles friends, but I sure as hell don't want them living with me. Rubbing my face in everything, telling me Danny Dimes is better than Dak. A shout out, my fantasy team. I picked up Dak in, I think, round 6, and Danny Dimes in like round 10. Yeah, Rashid. I couldn't deal with Rashid. I couldn't. He's a good guy, but when he starts talking football, I don't know, man. It gets me going. It's like, you're in this man's house. At least be a little quiet about it. But what do I know, right? I'm just mailman with an opinion. So, yeah. So if I hear anything else, I will sure hop on and bring it. I mean, it's just easier for me to do a live than to try and. It's easier to do a live than to try and upload. Hamilton's a bad area for me. I wonder how long Rashid will be there. So I wouldn't imagine that long, but if I was Rashid, I'd stay there through the football season. You get a lot of good eats over at Mark's. Not to tell Mark what to do, but sleeping during the day is no good. Hopefully Rashid isn't depressed. You're not wrong there. I'll just leave it at that. You're not wrong. But he's doing a lot better. Let's put it that way. Doing a lot better. Once you start getting around, I don't know about you, but I know me. If I hurt myself or I'm laid up for a while, I get depressed. Not that I'm, yeah. Actually, Rashid's real good people. Me and Mark have had long conversations. I just get annoyed when he starts talking like shit about Danny Dimes. It's like, dude, stop. Eli, a Hall of Famer. They'll probably put Eli in, but his numbers are not Hall of Fame Twiz. Not at all. But I don't know. I may see if I probably won't go on the live tonight with Mark. But I'll probably be in the chat for a little bit. We'll see. I'm working late, and then usually Mondays are usually my tired night. So. All right, everybody. I'm going to roll. I will talk to everybody later. Don't forget to check out Mark. I guess me and Phil were going to go on Saturday night. I would imagine. Back to our normal schedule. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later in the chat, all right? Peace out. Bye.